We're breaking down what Deadpool 2's mid-credit scene means. Before we even get started, please, for the love of God, turn away if you haven't seen Deadpool 2. This is serious. This episode of Nerdist News is going to spoil the hell out of it. I'm not even joking. Normally we say this at the top. This is just Hector talking. We're going through the whole dang movie. So if you saw it Thursday night, cool, you can keep watching it. If it's the weekend and you haven't seen it yet, pause this, go see it, come back. Seriously, turn away now if you haven't seen it. I'm begging you. Major spoiler warning.
You're still here.
You're still here? Cool, you've seen it? Cool, all right, let's talk about it. So Deadpool 2 was a fun-filled superhero romp with more F-bombs than a Christian Bale on-set tirade. But what everyone's talking about after the end of the film isn't the blink and you'll miss it Brad Pitt cameo as Vanisher, or the untimely deaths of Bedlam, Zeitgeist, Shatterstar, and even Peter. It's that wacky mid-credit scene. As we all know, Deadpool 2 introduces the time-traveling badass Cable, who was able to skip through time streams using a glowing blue watch. The watch only has 2 charges, which Cable usually uses to jump to a specific time and then back to the future where he's from. Get it? Back to the future?
Back to the future!
Thanks, Doc. In a moment of sacrifice at the end of the film, Cable uses his time watch to go back in time to save Deadpool's life instead of going back to his own timeline in a scene that's, no joke, actually surprisingly heartwarming. As the credits roll, DP fixes the watch with the help of Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend Yukio, and he jumps into the time stream to clean up a few tiny loose ends. First, he saves the life of his girlfriend, Vanessa Carlyle, whose death sent Deadpool on his X-Force forming journey of self-sacrifice that makes up the majority of the film. Next, he saves X-Force member and regular dude Peter, who originally died after being vomited on by the acid-spitting Zeitgeist who was stuck in a wood chipper at the time. Deadpool, you so edgy. Next up, Deadpool jumped all the way back to the film X-Men Origins Wolverine, where he murdered the universally panned version of the Deadpool character that he portrayed in that film by shooting him repeatedly in the head, and then maybe in the leg and some stuff a little bit more. Though the joke they're making here is that X-Men Origins Wolverine was a bad movie, and that was a terrible use for Deadpool, DP survived a lot worse than being shot in the head, so is he really dead? Probably. He's probably dead. And finally, Deadpool travels to the actor who portrays Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds' home in the early 2010s, where he murders Reynolds while he's reading the script for the often maligned Green Lantern film, which Reynolds starred in. Now, if only he could have done that a few years earlier so we could have been spared from Blade Trinity. Hey-o! Or Equal Opportunity. Marvel DC has made bad movies. Relax.
I know, right?
Sure, these moments are exactly the type of self-aware goofs that we've come to expect from the Merc with the Mouth, but what do they mean for the Fox side of the Marvel Universe? Are we really doing this? Are we really going to try to make sense of this? Okay, here we go. From the timeline established in 2006's terrible X-Men The Last Stand to 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past to the confusing timeline established in 2017's excellent Logan, the X-Men films have always been out to lunch when it comes to establishing any real sort of easy-to-follow continuity. Deadpool using Cable's time watch to undo a few of his own mistakes could also be used to clean up a few of the X-Men franchise's own time hiccups. The death of the Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine at the very least explains why there's only one Deadpool in the current Fox continuity, and since the Deadpool films are by far the most popular Marvel films in Fox's arsenal, it'd be smart to use that series as a jumping off point to establish and clean up the X-Men series' messy continuity problems. Or did Deadpool's time jumps make things even messier? With Deadpool saving Peter and presumably the rest of the original X-Force, will we be seeing them again in the standalone X-Force film? Also, the death of DP's girlfriend was the catalyst for his journey of growth and self-sacrifice that made up the story of the film. So, since he prevented her from dying, did all of that stuff just not happen? Also, if Deadpool now has access to a time machine, doesn't that remove any potential stakes from the X-Force film if he can just go back in time and undo everything? Though these mid-credits bits might seem like throwaway jokes, with Fox wanting to capitalize on the success of the Deadpool franchise, we wouldn't be surprised if the events of Deadpool 2 reverberate through the other Fox Marvel properties like an earthquake causing ground punch from the Juggernaut. Or Deadpool will just negate everything that happened in the first scene of the X-Force movie while looking directly into the camera because, hey, why not? That's Deadpool. That's what he do. That's what he do. But what do you folks think? Will Deadpool's new time travel abilities be used to clean up the X-Men franchise's many confusing timelines? Will we see Peter again in the X-Force film? And was it weird for Deadpool 2 to feature a joke inspired by the hashtag #MeToo movement while leaving TJ Miller in the film in a major role? That really happened. Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to get notified every time a new video pops. And hey, are you loving our new Week in Review show, Nerdist News What the Friday? If you haven't checked it out yet, you can get it for free in podcast form on iTunes or wherever awesome podcasts are heard. If you want to join in on the live video version to vote in polls and weigh in on the topics in the chat, head over to projectalpha.com and you can use the promo code WTFriday to get a 60-day free trial. You're welcome.